This is Totally Disgusted with your host, Derek Andre. What's up, y'all, and welcome to this week's episode of Totally Disgusted with me, your host, Derek Andre. I hope you've had a wonderful week last week. I hope everything's been going very well for you. If not, like I always say, you have the power to change it, and I suggest you do so. All right, so on this episode of Totally Disgusted, I want to talk about something that's kind of near and dear to my heart. So I was on Instagram the other day and I saw this video of this brother. He was in child support court, or not, but paternity court, one of them judge shows, you know, and it may have been staged, and it may not have been, but the brother was real teary-eyed. He was shaking because he was scared. And he was trying to find out if not one, but two of his children were biologically his. And it turns out that they were not. So for today's show, I want to talk about a couple of things, and I'm going to keep it within my 10, 12 minute time frame, but I definitely want you all to chime in on this. On today's show, I would like to talk about mandatory DNA testing for paternity at birth. I have heard so many stories of men taking care of children that are not theirs. These females out here be playing games with these men's emotions, man. There is nothing cool or cute or funny about that. A man deserves to know truthfully whether he is the biological father of any child or children. And so many instances of this happening is just out of control. Out of control. I know some people that it has happened to. It is not a good feeling to think that you have brought a life into this world only to find out that you have not. And then you cheat the biological father if they wanted to be active, because not all daddies are deadbeats. So you cheat the actual biological father from an opportunity of actually being able to raise his kid. And then on top of all of that, now this is the part that I think bugs me more so than anything about it. And I also think that this is why these incidents keep on happening. Because there are literally no repercussions for this female when she tells this lie. Now, first of all, you done defrauded the government, especially if you done got child support from this man. Because if a man does not pay child support, you know what happens, right? He'll lose his driver's license. He can lose his job. He can face jail time. He can lose his passport. His business licenses can be revoked. All of these things can happen to a man if he does not pay his child support for a child, for his child. But if a woman, a female, because a woman wouldn't do this, just a female, if she says, hey, so-and-so over there is the father of my child, and it turns out that 5, 10 years later, 6 months later, however long this period is, that this child is not that man's, that child is not that man is not that child's father, there are no repercussions. None. No jail time, no repayment of child support, no nothing. And then in some states, if you take care of the child, whether it's yours or not, for more than 3 years, you are obligated to that child for life. Now listen, I am not opposed to men taking care of somebody else's child. It happens every single day in our society. This is nothing new. This is not like it's some like, oh man, yeah, it happens I'm not opposed to that. These men who are doing it, in most cases, are very aware that they are not biologically the father of this child or these children. They're usually aware. My argument, my pet peeve is all the women that lie, y'all. They lie because they think so-and-so would be a better daddy. Or they lie because they were sleeping around with so many different people at one time that they may not even actually know who the father is at all. Whatever the reason is that they lie, they are lying. And this is why I believe in my heart of hearts, at every new birth, whether you married, whether you single, whatever the case may be, there needs to be mandatory DNA testing. If you don't know who the father is and you in there by yourself, okay, so be it. Baby still need to be DNA tested in case somebody shows up. But if a man comes in there with you and he is claiming to be the person who procreated with you and made that child, that man deserves to be 100% certain that he is that child's father. There should not be any more instances of children being brought into this world on speculation. Straight up, man. Straight up. That has got to end, man. That is I'm speaking from experience, that is the most hurtful feeling ever. Because I know a lot of you all don't think so, but men, hear me out now, men have real feelings and emotions. And that shit hurts. We get attached to children. We build these bonds with these children. The child is always going to be the woman's. Ain't no two ways about that. The child is always going to be the woman's child. Always. She gave birth to the child. It came through the birth canal. The child is always going to belong to the woman. But what about the men who find out that they are not biologically the fathers of these these children they've been raising for X amount of time, man? What about them? Don't they deserve something? Do you know how emotionally damaging that can be to a man? That's traumatizing. So, in the comments, let me know what you think about this topic. Should all babies be DNA tested at birth for paternity? Yes or no? And if you've ever been in that situation, let me know how you handled it. Let me know how you dealt with finding out that this child who you thought was yours for however long you were in this child's life, tell me how long you dealt with it and how you handled it when you found out otherwise. Females, y'all got to stop doing this stuff, man. It is not cool. It is not cool. And there are too many men and babies and children that are being damaged by this. The children might not even be as affected as much, especially if they're young, but the man is definitely affected. So let me know what you think in the comments, y'all. All right. This is Totally Disgusted. I'm your host, Derek Andre. Remember, if you're on social media, be sure to check me out on Instagram at I am Derek Andre. Not I am DerekAndre.com, but you can go to whoisDerekAndre.com and check out my website. But it's I am Derek Andre on Instagram, and be sure to watch this video and share it with your friends, because it's also going to be a video version of this on the YouTube channel. And so for those of you watching on YouTube, you already know that. All right. So let me know what you think in the comments. All right. Y'all have a beautiful day. Be peace, be love, be one. And I'll holler at you on the next episode. Peace. Thanks for tuning in to Totally Disgusted. Make sure to like, comment, and tell a friend.